Oh my fucking god, we're not monetizing this, obviously. Oh my fucking god, guys, so much has been happening. So, yeah, I'm back to swearing like a motherfucker. Welcome back. People that just joined are like, what the hell's wrong with her? Is she bipolar? No, I just follow the rules, except for we all agreed. We're concerned about you guys. A lot of you are frustrated, feeling you don't have a place to vent. We don't have a place to talk about mental health anymore. So we're going to, on the regular, try to make these unmonetized videos so we can keep it real and we can talk like actual adults and not be like, oh golly gee willikers, I was so unhappy. No, this will be me back to talking about throat punching people because I have never hit anyone. Well, there was one time, but that was another story. Do not hit people unless they're breaking into your house, and go ahead, or you're in war, but you can giggle some cheers back there like, zip back. Holy fucking shit, guys. I was gonna make you a video all day long, gonna make you a bonus video. Lucifer has been coming in hella strong lately, like just and being the sun and being glorious. It's endearing. It really is. And I was talking to one of you guys about those Doreen Virtue Angel cards. I did not realize at the time she made more than one deck, and this is like earlier today. And you said, yeah, you have them and you get good results. And I said, the way I found about them is that you guys know that I am a theistic Satanist. Just to put a label on what I do, I work with them, see them as old gods, whatever. But I don't care how you see them. We don't have to fight. Anyhow, I said I thought maybe Lucifer would get a kick out of those cards and we could use them. Well, Lucifer loves all things bright and shiny, or little magpie of the demon said. I'm getting giggles. I'm getting good-natured acknowledgement of, yes, he does love beautiful things. And there were these two decks, direct from China, direct probably from the company that printed them, either like misprints or something else, but they had the regular retail price, but they had them on sale for 30% off. Now, the thing is, coming from China, you gotta wait for a month and you gotta pray to all the powers that be that they get through customs, right? And they don't get eaten, or you don't get a scary letter in the mail or something like that. But they're not food, so we should be okay. But I was resisting it. I said, oh, Luce, I can't do this. I cannot. He wasn't even telling me what cards he wanted, but believe me, boom, 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 there's like all these signs, like an angel video and then a devil video right next to it, like pop up in my YouTube home. And I'm like, I know, but you're not telling me which of the two sets you want me to buy. Okay. So we're doing that. We go out, and to back up and go in a circle like I always do in these stories, yesterday I go to the DQ. I'm standing by the sign so we can speed through this, do a speed run through it. I'm standing by the sign, floodlight goes on. I think, the last time I did that, I was at a bus stop thinking of a friend years ago, and I said, I wish there was a way that you could tell me you're still with me. The floodlight above me went on. Okay. So I'm thinking that's funny. I come home. I find out they haven't given me all my food. I trot back up. Now the lights on the outside of the place are on. Is this just some kind of weird circuit because, it's been in the 80s and sunny the last couple of days? Who knows? Go home. I'm kind of flustered. I go to turn on my reading lamp. The bulb blows. Thankfully, it didn't explode. And we saved it because Loki likes me to do bulb art out of those things, so we saved it. And I changed that in, and I'm like trying to get my energy down, because I've noticed if I get excited or upset, good pagan that I am, every light, that I go near, I'll blow the bulb. So I'm like, well, maybe that's me, maybe I'm excited, whatever. Go out this morning because I'm like, let's celebrate. The Wolf Book's coming in, everything else. Lucifer's already doing his thing that he wants those cards, but I'm like, let's wait. Okay, and he agrees, he's being reasonable. I see a quarter in the driveway of the gas station, pick it up, put it in my pocket, go in, look around, get some stuff, come out. The floodlight across from where the quarter was, that wasn't on when I went by the first time, is on. I go across the street, their floodlight is on. Okay. I'm like, well, it has to be, maybe it's so sunny, it's confusing the sensors. I don't fucking know. I don't think that's how sensors work, but I'm thinking Maybe the time of day, blah, 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 shadows from other stuff. I don't know, but the floodlights are on. I come home, and all day long, I'm getting these really aggressive hints from Lucifer to get a deck of these cards, but he won't tell me what deck. I found another deck that was right here in the US, but of course it wasn't the two decks he was interested in, and then he goes off and every demon ever pouts. They do this, like Asmodeus does this, Lucifer does it too, because I really thought you cared about me, and I guess you don't. They don't do well with not getting things. I sat down, I logically explained to him all my worries that maybe they don't have the product, though they had good ratings, so that wasn't a legitimate worry. Maybe it would just never get here. Maybe, China and the US would be shouting insults at each other by the time they reached America, and I would never see my cars. That could actually happen. And I said, I don't know, man, but I'm putting up this banner that Odin insisted I get. Odin did half the decorations for the coming week, and he's insisting they're going to stay up and that this is all going to make sense to me. I'm putting these up. I'm listening to one of these NDE things, and I found this channel of all these things, and I don't know if I believe some of them. Some of them I'm like, okay, they know everything now, good for them. This guy's a combat veteran. We all know Lucifer can kick some ass, and he talks about this little angel on his wing, and there had been a little angel on the Dorian Virtue. So I break down and I go and I look at them. And I'm looking at these two sets of cards, and I'm side-eyeing Loki, and Loki just gave me the Loki shrug that he does when it's his permission. So we put them both in the cart, and I looked at Loki again, and Loki shrugs. We checked out. I said, these better be the goddamn best cards on the planet, or I'm taking every single one of his goddamn feathers out with a pair of pliers. I need a sense of amusement. I told one of you, I said, I could mistake Lucifer and Michael for being the same being because they feel so much the same. The only thing is Lucifer can get aggressive in that warrior way a little bit quicker. And Michael is like ready to fight when he looks at you, but Lucifer can be quicker than that. And he also has that mother hen side to his personality that I have yet to see from Michael, where if Lucifer could, he would swaddle every human on the planet in little swaddling clothes and put us in the nest and just look at us and make sure we don't move out of the nest. Asmodeus is the same way. They're both very male, they're very masculine, but that mother hen comes out and they will just swaddle you up and put you in the nest and you're not allowed to move. You just have to sit there being cute and adorable. And I said to Asmodeus once, I said, are we like pets to you? Are we babies? I mean, I know intellectual, we have to be at least like a pet or a baby compared to them. And he just kind of looked at me like, it's so adorable when you try to think. And I didn't ask any follow-up questions. So they're happy. And then I've been thinking of St. Francis lately. And St. Francis comes up in this guy's, I'm not shitting you, St. Francis comes up in this guy's speech. And he talks about the real St. Francis, not the happy twee bullshit we were sold if you grew up Roman Catholic, which I always liked St. Francis. He was one of my favorite patron saints. He worked with all the animals, but there was always something missing. Most Catholics are going to see the story of his actual life and tell you it's hearsay and it was made up by someone. He lived a kick-ass life, is what he lived. He was a warrior. He was a princess. He was a warrior. He was a prisoner of war, not a princess of war. It's been a long day. He was a prisoner of war. He caroused. He liked chasing women around. He did all this stuff. He was such a smartass that when he stole from his dad to give to a priest to rebuild a church because he believed the whole Jesus thing about taking your money and giving it to the poor and they were rich as fuck, his father took him to court and get his money back. He not only repaid his dad, he stripped naked and he gave his dad back his clothes. And he was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not your son anymore. And he Like, that's my patron saint. Why, where was this fucking attitude problem when we learned about him in church? Every single St. Francis statue, it's just him sitting there beautifully, right? And all the birds are coming to him and that. I'm like, this is the part I can relate to more. And this warrior, this veteran, this Vietnam veteran that's given this NDE account, he's saying all these guys that you admire, a lot of the people in the new age, he's like, they won't let him be there because he fought in a war. He's like, all these guys did fight in wars and kill people. You don't like them either? And they get really quiet and they won't talk to him anymore. So it was kind of like, okay, so there's a thing from St. Francis too. And Odin's been happy, and we started the Wolf Book. We did. And I sat down, and it was really spiritual, and I have this candle going, and I have this incense going. And of course, just the energy has been so up and upbeat and uplifted that I couldn't really sit there and read. I came in and I put videos back on, and we've been having, you know, treats and going on Pinterest and thinking about making you guys stuff. We'll definitely put this up today. We won't monetize it because it's sore. But, we want to give you guys a release valve from time to time that, we can talk about stuff, because I noticed my energy was going really, really, really up. And then when Lucifer got upset about those cards and he went off in sulk, it was like my energy went straight down. And I'm like, well, that almost sounds like I was never diagnosed. I was diagnosed with depression, but it almost sounds like I could almost have been classified as manic depressive before I went on these Vixer. And I'm like, that almost sounds like manic depression coming back. And I have noticed this, not to the extremes it was before. They'll hit these ultra highs, and then there will be just, it's like you're sky high, and then you are instantly lower than anyone else can go. It's instantaneous. There's sometimes you're lucky and you feel this gradual coming down and you can try to course correct, but a lot of times you're just like instantaneously, like right in the middle of being happy, you want to cry, and you're like, what the fuck's wrong with me now? It's just how my brain is wired. Welcome to being whatever I am. So we had a great one, and Loki's like, tell them. At the gas station, this is super duper important for you guys to know. They sell all this kick-ass candy. It's like there's a spirit of this gas station, and as a witch, I recognize some kind of portal and nexus when I see it. It doesn't matter who owns the station. 5 or 6 people can go. Like 5 or 6 people have owned it already in just the last couple of years. They get the most kick-ass candy, like Pocky and, hardtack candy. They have that wavy gravy candy now, that stuff you need to show your license for. They've got all these gums and all these sweets, but they had these candy snakes today, a couple feet long. And I said, hey, you want one? And I offered Loki one, and he's like, I don't know, because sometimes he doesn't know. And I said, well, it's a couple feet long. It's a snake. You want one? I'll get it for you. I said, I can't imagine eating it. I said, it's a gummy, so if the air conditioning and fan should fail on the same day, your beloved snake's going to turn into a pale bleu. But I said, I can just throw it in the fridge then or something. But I said, I'm probably not going to eat this. He said, would you eat it? I think he was like envisioning me because he was showing me chopping up a snake and eating it. And I said, I couldn't do that to a snake. I'm sorry. And so he didn't want it, but he's really excited that these are up there. And there was a red and white one that I was going to get him, but he didn't want me to get it because they don't put their prices on some of this stuff. So you get up to the register, and I was thinking, this is probably $7 or $8. I'm usually good with prices, and he just didn't want me to get it. But he needs you to know that snake was there. And the quarter I found, to put that in too, the front of it was scratched to hell and back, and I'm like, well, still, what I like to do is play a game with the universe. I pick up all the change I find, and then when I have enough change, I take myself out and I get a soda, or I get a puzzle book, or I get something else. It takes sooner or longer, depends on how my luck's going. And I flip it over on the back. I'm not shitting you. We officially have monopoly money in this country. There's a mother bat and a baby bat on the back. So it was like, is it Bat Totem coming through? Because that's about like all these huge changes. I looked it up. Or was it La Santa because she has bats? So I don't know. She's the queen of all horrible squiggly things too. It's why she and Loki get along, and I'm just in the corner crying my eyes out, asking Lucifer to come destroy everything with light, and those two are like, ew, with the squiggly awful thing. Oh, it's really fun when they know you have a weakness, because sometimes they like to good naturedly torment you with it. Ugh. Anyhow, anyhow, we figured we would catch up with you guys, and Lisanta's been coming in too, so that's kind of the thing. And Odin. Odin has been doing the thing with the butterflies, and he says I will get it, and he says I will get putting up all this stuff, and I am keeping it up. He says you will understand. I said okay. And it just sometimes it takes time to percolate because I work with so many, like, are the butterflies about my family? Or are they about, letting go of the past? Or are they about me going through transformation? Because I keep getting that. Are they an Odin thing? Are they a Loki thing? Some people give them to Sigyn. Some people give them to Ogu, who I also work with. Some people give them to angels, that I also work with. I'm like, this is why sometimes it has to percolate down, and I can always guess incorrectly. But yeah, we're kind of buzzed, we're kind of jazzed. We have the book to get back to. We'll probably do that tonight. It's been so damn beautiful, guys. It's in the 80s in May in the States, so no, that's not normal. 4th of July's were so cold that my mother and I dressed in windbreakers to go to Erie, and we were crying because it was so cold. We were crying. It was that cold. That is normal in this state. 80s in May, no. No, it used to almost never reach the 80s, and now it's the norm. So it's like Florida weather just about here, because it's getting hot and then it gets sticky and muggy. We've had people from New Orleans flee. They come up here, they live here for like 2 weeks, and then they're like, I can't take it, and they go right back, and it's like, we just kind of learn to adapt somehow. I don't know. We go out in the early morning and we go out late at night like vampires, and we just try to deal with it. But if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. They're all excited. They like being mentioned. They like getting the affection. So we have 2 tarot decks coming in. I don't do the big thing a lot of channels do. Like, every time they get something mystical, they show it to you. I did that at the very beginning, and it just felt so fake, and it feels fake and phony, because if it's something different every week, it's like, how attached can they possibly be to what they just got? So I'll probably won't be showing you guys those, but it's going to be a thing of, I hope I like these, because I have a 50-50 track record. I love Big Mama. I love my Jennifer Sands cards. I love my mythical tarot. I have those 3 that I love. But I had a dragon deck that hated me, and both rune decks. I had tried out 2 different rune decks. They despised me, and I despised them. So roughly, and there's probably been other decks, I just don't remember. I have a roughly 50-50% chance getting along with a deck of cards. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you. Thank you, Loki. See you guys.